Welcome in, everybody. The Glad Dad here. Yes, that's right. The Glad Dad. Back in the booth once again. Oh, feeling so much better. Finally got that crud out of the way for race number 6 here for the Outcast Motorsports Truck Series League, sponsored by Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Tonight, it's going to be a big surprise. We're at Daytona Road, though, and we've got some two-time 24-hour Daytona. Looks like just one guy that has won twice in the Daytona 24-hour, and that's the guy leading the grid tonight. Let's take a look here. And that would be none other than Eric Johnson. He's won back-to-back 24-hour Daytona races. And, yeah, we're going to get a chance to talk to him here in just a second. Let's see if we can't pull him in here. If I can find him. There we go. Eric Johnson, Glad Dad, the booth, you got me.
Glad Dad, how we doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. I was just telling the people watching that you're a back-to-back 24-hour Daytona Road winner.
Yeah, don't be. We try to keep that on the low.
Well, it's out there for the public. And I don't believe there's any teammates that won with you that are on the grid tonight.
No, they're not. I think I might be the only one.
Thursday night, there will be.
But don't be fooled. We got a Daytona 24 and a Bathurst 12-hour champion in here, too.
Ooh, that's right.
With Mr. Wilson.
Yep, that's right. Mr. Wilson. Anyway, so you're leading right now with a minute 49.071. The only one in the minute 49s. Looks like you've only turned 11 laps here in practice, but a ton here off the record.
Yeah, I mean, we have thousands of laps here in different cars over the last 2 years, practicing for these 24-hour races. We put in so much time. But these things are way different. They don't turn, they don't stop, they don't really get on the throttle well. They don't really do anything.
Yeah, these drivers are going to have to watch out on throttle. I mean, I think these things are going to whip around. I've been kind of watching here in practice before we went live at some just kind of some trouble spots here. You're behind the wheel. What do you think is going to be the trouble spot tonight?
Trouble spot definitely going to be entry into turn one. Turn one's biting a lot of people because you can get in there too hot, and it's just hard to get this thing wound up because you're actually braking and turning at the same time. There's no way around it in turn one. And turn 4 and 6, just you got to be real smooth on the throttle on middle and exit, and if you get too antsy, you'll see some people whip it around pretty easy. Oh, yeah.
And as far as brake bias goes, are these drivers allowed to adjust the brake bias to per their preference, or is it pretty much stock all around?
No, they can. They have brake bias, offset, and I want to say what they got one other adjustment. I can't remember exactly in the steering what it is, but yeah, they can do brake bias.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to be the key tonight. Hopefully, some things have been talked about here as far as entry, exits, braking, and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be an interesting race. So we'll see. But yeah, good luck tonight, Eric.
It's going to be a fun one. And I mean, we got a big field here for a road course. Typically, you see it being kind of a lighter night, but it looks like the guys showed
15 max usually. But we're seeing 27 drivers register for tonight's race. So that's huge.
30 in a road course. So love that. Thank you, Outcast guys. And hopefully we'll put on a show for you guys.
Absolutely, man. All right. Well, Eric, good luck tonight, and maybe we'll see you up at the front. I know you're going to be serving an EOL tonight, so yeah, we'll see if you can work your way up.
It's going to be a grind. We'll see what we can do.
That's right. All right, buddy. Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks, that was Eric Johnson. Kind of picking his brain here, see what he's got going on. And while we're doing it here, let's take a look at the cameras for tonight. See who we've got here. So we've got 3 drivers. Eric Johnson willing to share his screen with us. Let's see here. Eric not at his desk right now, but we've got Ronnie Welcho out there on track, and we got Rob Hamilton out there. Good luck tonight, bud. Good group of guys there. Good group of guys. Hopefully they have a good showing. But we got some EOLs. Brandon Brock, Carson Youngblood, and Eric Johnson going to be serving EOLs for tonight. And let's take a look at the points here as they stand. This is the reason why Brock, Johnson, and Youngblood are getting EOLs, because they are 1, 2, 3 in the points. Brock leading the way. Eric Johnson only 7 points back. Carson Youngblood 9 points back. That is behind from the lead. Then you got double-digit negatives here. Montrose in 4th place, 16 points back. Josh Newman having a good run this season in the trucks. Sitting 5th. Ronnie Hurston 6th. Drew Calvert 7th. How about that? Brian Zemer in 8th. Looks like he moved up a little bit here from the last race. Ryan Fusion 9th, and Robert Tibbs in 10th. But I'm seeing some road course guys back here now. We've got Kel Peterson sitting in 17th. Terry Litweiler, not a fan of road courses, but he's out here tonight, and he's ran 22 laps and 13th fastest on the board tonight. Charles Wilson, I mean, look at it. He is 20th, 65 points out, and 20th place in the points, and 11th fastest on the board, but he is a fantastic road racer. So we're going to see, I guarantee you, we're going to see him well inside the top 10 tonight. Let's see if we can't get down trackside here. Brandon Brock's on track right now. As we got just 1 minute here before qualifying takes shape. Blair Jolly out here. 14th fastest on the board. Ryan Fuchs, 15th fastest. And John Mateo. You can see these trucks are very swirly here tonight. Rob Hamilton going down into, I believe that's turn 3 here. And Kel Peterson whipping it around. Ronnie Welchel in that Dodge Ram with the title sponsor of the Truck Series, Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. And David Vodka. He's the 24 truck, and he's 24th fastest right now. So looks like the flag here is going to be waving in just a moment. Yeah, there we go. Flag man waving the flag. So qualifying is going to take shape here in just a split second. We're going to see who the first victim is, and it looks like it's going to be Eric Johnson out there. And we're going to let Eric get up to speed here, and we're going to take a ride along with Eric Johnson once he goes to cross the start-finish line to start his lap. Just kind of see, he was saying turns 1 on the braking, and turns 4 and 6. So we're going to see here just how treacherous. Oh, Brandon Brock the Troll here. Hopefully I don't back it into turn 1 tire barriers again. Right, Gladad? I remember it. I remember it so clearly. Hey, Brock, you remember that time? I remember it like it was February. This past February. But, it's not as bad as what I did. So, who do we have here? Anthony Bennett on track right now. just coming out of the pits. Terry Litweiler already on the big banking here. Guy B Moto left and right. That's right. Brian Zemer out there. All right, so looks like Eric Johnson's getting ready to cross the start-finish line here. So let's hop on board with Eric as he's about to pass pit road here. Kind of see what he's going to see here. Cross the start-finish line now to start his lap. Being nice and smooth here on throttle. This is a tricky corner here. Let it get away from you. And then hard brake to get the nice wrap around here. And now heading into turn 7 to get up on the big racing surface here. And if you mess up on that turn before you get onto the big track, your run is completely killed here. Hard braking going down into the bus stop. Be careful of those yellow turtles right there. Nice execution there by Eric Johnson. Mommy Afraid of 19 with the Twitch Prime subscribe. Hey, appreciate that. And that's a lap there. So Eric Johnson first to post a lap. We got Robert Tibbs out here now. You can see it's a little swirly there. Charles Wilson putting up a fast time. 1 minute 51.768. Goes down to third as Josh Newman now moves up into second place. Brian Zemer already put down a time. I think the second lap's going to be faster for him. I think these tires are a little bit cold. That's why we're seeing nearly a second to second and a half drop off in times. Josh Yarbrough already put down a time, 7th fastest here. Timmy with the watch streak. 7 stream streak. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Slap and Tickle's in here. How we doing? Drew Calvert already putting down a time. 8th fastest. Being nice and conservative. Exactly what you got to be. You don't have to be the fastest here. And look at this. Montrose with a 51.138. Now at the top part of the field of the grid. And Eric Johnson now besting him with a 50.768. Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Tuesdays and Thursdays here with the Outcast guys. And another cat here that's pretty good at turning right as well. And that's Drew Kuhn. As he's 6th fastest on the board, Josh Newman moves up. He's in 4th now for his 2nd lap. We got Robert Day out here. Let's see, where's he at? There he is. Love the chrome numbers there on that 63 machine of Day. And we got Ronnie Welcher coming through the bus stop. Boy, he's sitting it. And now he's back on the big track here as he's going into turn 4. Getting ready to cross that start-finish line for the 2nd time. And he is done. No lap time for Ronnie Welchel. Must have gone off track there. Ed Theory, 11th fastest. Good lap for Ed. And we've got a handful of people here that still hadn't qualified. Rob Hamilton went off track there on his first lap, so this is going to be his 2nd lap. See where Rob can go. Looks like 18th on the grid. Sean Wilson trying to complete his 2nd lap. Already 33 people in the stream and qualifying. We're doing qualifying here, so appreciate you guys and gals showing up and showing out for these Outcast guys. Heading down into the bus stop for Sean Wilson. Gotta stay away from the little pointy yellow things. They will send that truck. It'll look like Artemis out here trying to go around the moon. Crew Chief Franklin 11 subscribe with the Prime. And since I just seen her name pop up, I want to give a big congratulations to Chrissy and Kyle Franklin. Those two tied the knot here Saturday. So congratulations to the newlyweds. You got nearly 20 years to catch up to me, though, and the Glatt Mom, as qualifying's over with. So we're going to be getting ready to grid here. So you know what time it is. All right, starting on the pole tonight, Eric Johnson with Ian Montrose. Row 2 is going to go to Brandon Brock and Josh Newman. Row 3, Charles Wilson with Drew, the serial killer, Kuhn. Row 4, Joshua Yarbrough with Anthony Bennett. Row 5, Drew Calvert, Robert Tibbs. Row 6, Ed Theory with Terry Litweiler. Row 7 is going to go to Ryan Fuchs and Brian Zemer. Row 8, Brian Welchel with Blair Jolly. Row 9, Steve Giberson and John Mateo. Row 10, Sean Wilson, Rob Hamilton. Row 11, Timothy Boyce, Robert Day. Row 12, Kyle Barrington with Kel Peterson. Row 13, David Vodka and Ronnie Welchel. And bringing up the 27th position in row 14, Dean Gear. As they're coming out of the bus stop here. EOLs for tonight, Brandon Brock, Eric Johnson, and Carson Youngblood. Carson Youngblood not in here tonight. Take a look here at the race rundown for tonight. Race number 6, 40 laps, 2 sets of tires, 3 green white checkers. Fuel window tonight, 12 to 13 laps with a 64% fuel capacity. And look at that at the bottom. Pick the right brake bias. Very, very important tonight for these drivers. It's too late now. They're in the truck. They're gonna have to live with what they've chosen here tonight. Pace car's in. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Charles Wilson, Ian Montrose leading the way here. Charles Wilson already with a nice lead as they're settling it down into turn number 1. There we go. Great camera view as they're coming around turn 1 here. Looks like everybody gets through it pretty cleanly. So far, so good. Eric Johnson already in the grass trying to make a pass on, looks like John Mateo back here. Eric Johnson already up to 16th place from 27th. Montrose taking the lead, now large and in charge. With a 1.3 second lead now over Yarbrough. Charles Wilson falls to 3rd. Drew Calvert up 5 positions. And we're not even up 1 lap yet. Haven't even completed 1 lap. Drew Kuhn up 1, Anthony Bennett up 2. Bennett running in 6th position now. '94 Event Theory already up 4 spots. He's doing fairly good here. As Brian Welchel taking a spot from Robert Tibbs. Heading back through the field now, 15th and 16th. That is Johnson and Brock as they have moved up through the field after serving that EOL. Oh, Brian Welchel around. Brian Welchel getting back on track after he just gained that like 3 or 4 spots here. Now getting past. now falls back to 21st. Eric Johnson now up to 13th. Now 12th as he just passed Sean Wilson on the move. John Mateo battling here with Rob Hamilton. Nice battle going on here. Oh, we've got a, looks like that's Kyle Barrington there. Yep. Whipping it around. That's out of turn number 7. Getting back up onto the big racing surface here. Calvert up into 4th. He's got Drew Kuhn breathing down his neck here. Charles Wilson. Looking off the back of Wilson. As Drew Calvert's on the outside. This is not going to work here. They're coming across the start-finish line. Who's going to give? Is Drew Kuhn going to push the issue here? Truck's a little swirly there for the 57, but they are closed way up now. Really tight battle with these 4 trucks here. That is Anthony Bennett in the rear trying to make something happen. Charles Wilson still leading this 4-car pack here. Back up front, Montrose leading the way now by 3.5 seconds. Josh Yarbrough, nice and comfy here. Just needs to do what he needs to do what he's doing now, just to keep that second spot, because I think he's doing pretty good, as he's also 3 seconds ahead of Drew Calvert. Drew Calvert's now pulled away a little bit. Charles Wilson has got the 21 of Drew Kuhn all over him. One mistake here, and your goose is cooked. Nice wide entry there coming out of the bus stop. Oh, Drew Kuhn goes wide. And just like that, Drew Kuhn drops to 8th place here. Robert Tibbs. See, Robert Tibbs had a really good exit of the bus stop, so he's going to have a bunch of momentum as he's going to close way up onto the back of the 21 and potentially have a pass set up here going into turn 1. Drew Kuhn lets him have it here. Now tries to do the crossover. Doesn't have the momentum of the drive off. Oh, dives down deep underneath the 19. The 21 takes the position back. Great battle going on here. Let's check a little further back here. Blair Jolly running in the 13th position. He's got Sean Wilson just behind him here. Sean up 5 spots. Blair up 3. Brian Zimmer doing pretty good, running in the 10th position. But Eric Johnson started 27th here and now is up into almost up inside the top 10 in 11th. Oh, let's take a look here. Looks like something happened to Ronnie Welchel. Looks like heading down into turn 1 and whipped it around. Oh, nice save though. Fantastic stay by Welchel. Fuchs and Drew Kuhn. Oh, Drew Kuhn sent it a little too deep there. Into turn 1 and loses some more positions here. Now he's in the 10th spot. He's about to fall to the clutches of the 18 and the 3 because they are pretty much nose to tail here. Let's check and see how Charles Wilson is doing. See, now there's a little gap here between everybody. Charles trying to run down Drew Calvert. I had no clue that Calvert was this good, this solid on a road course. Running in the 3rd spot. And don't look yet. Don't tell nobody. But Josh Yarborough has caught Montrose. There was a 3.5 second gap between the two. Now the next thing you know, 4 tenths. As we're on board here with the Yarborough, going down through the bus stop. Wasn't his best show in there, but you can see Montrose now just picked up a ton of time over Yarborough. .4 it was. So just in the bus stop alone, Montrose gained a second over Yarborough. Yarborough's good in the braking zones though. Up on that yellow rumble strip. Holding it nice and tight here. Not back on the throttle until the truck's straight. Fantastic choice there by Yarborough. Oh, as he goes off course there. That is turn 6. Turn 6 right there. Now going down into 7 to get back up on the big track. And just like that, Montrose now back up to a 3-second lead. Now Drew Calvert's breathing down the neck of Josh Yarborough. Check on Tibbs back here in 6th place. As he's got, looks like that's Ryan Fuchs. Yeah, that's Ryan Fuchs back there. Fuchs pretty good at road courses as well. He doesn't run them a whole lot, but he's pretty decent every time I see him run them. Montrose lost 8 tenths in the braking zone in going into turn 1. 8 tenths went from 3 seconds to 2.4, 2.5. So looks like the Achilles heel of the 10 car tonight is turn number 1. He's pretty solid in the bus stop though, compared to some of the others I've seen, but turn 1 he's just been losing time. Yarborough using all the track on the exit there. Looks like he's gained a little bit of time over Calvert. Wilson and Anthony Bennett nose to tail now. I did say in the beginning of the show that I thought that Charles Wilson was going to be well inside the top 10 at the end of this thing. I mean, we still got 33 laps left. That's a long time to be turning right and left. And another guy I'm happy to see running up here is Anthony Bennett. I knew he was going to be a big deal tonight. Robert Tibbs still got a nice gap over Fuchs. Pretty much everybody spread out here about a second or so. As Brandon Brock, looks like Brandon Brock entered pit lane. Yeah, now being scored in 21st position. Brandon last pitted on lap 6. And looks like fuel only. Dale Peterson. 21st. Timothy Boyd's having a nice quiet run so far tonight. As Brandon Brock works his way around. Oh, that's the 4 of Josh Newman. Just went off track. Josh Newman has lost 14 spots. Brandon Brock going around here. Brandon with just fuel only. So opting to do a short pit here. As he's trying to go around Rob Hamilton. Rob let him go. Rob did have the preferred line there going down into turn number 7. John Mateo having a good run. 16th right now. Brian Welchel started 15th, running 15th. And Blair Jolly here from Hillsdale, Ontario, running in the 14th spot, having a good run. Terry Litweiler, Mr. I don't like road courses, running 13th. I'd say that's pretty dang good for Terry Litweiler. He's had a pretty good, solid performance tonight. Sean Wilson, impressed by Sean Wilson, almost up inside the top 10, running 12th. Great driving tonight. Pretty much everybody's spread out here. Whoa, except all these guys. Ed Theory at the back of this pack here. Brian Zimmer trying to battle with the 21 right now. Looking off the back of Drew Koonstruck as they're getting ready to go in the bus stop. Downshifting down into second gear. Ooh, a little swirly there. Sean Wilson with a slowdown. Eric Johnson now worked his way up into 8th place. Still got a long ways to go though, looking at 18 seconds. 18 seconds away from Montrose. Robert Tibbs trying to battle the 15. side by side as they're about to enter turn number 7 here. 19 backs way out. Kel Peterson with it off track at a slowdown. Rob Hamilton off track. Charles Wilson finally lost the spot to Anthony Bennett. There's Anthony trying to run down Drew Calvert. Pretty consistent lap times going out through the field. Everybody's pretty much running 54s and 55s. Anthony Bennett definitely catching. Slowly but surely, Robert Tibbs down pit road for his stop. And Montrose with a 5-second lead. Check on Drew Kuhn as he's trying to battle Ed Theory here. This is for 9th place. Kind of lost a little bit of gap there. Eric Johnson now moved up into 7th as he is trying to attack Fuchs. Look off the back here. Big close up here for Eric Johnson. You can see he's all the way on the back bumper now. Down goes Eric Johnson. And the leaders are coming down. Montrose, Yarbrough, Calvert, Bennett, Wilson, Fuchs coming down as well. Everybody coming down except Eric Johnson. Johnson now taking the lead. We're going to see how this turns out here. Let me do some math here. So this is lap 12. And Eric's trying to save here so that he can have a tiny splash and go, or maybe he can do it in just 2 stops. If he can make it 13 laps and then pit and then go another 13, he can make it in 2 stops. Whereas the other people have already pit, the other drivers have already pit. So they're going to have to do a little splash and go at the end. So that's going to be 3 stops for them. However short it may be. But Montrose 12 seconds back now. So once Eric pits, as he's coming out of the bus stop right now, we're going to see if he pits or does he go around one more time. And he's going to go around again. He is going to try to do the strategy I was just talking about, doing in a 2-stopper here tonight, which is going to be unfortunate there for Montrose. That's going to put him way behind the 8 ball, as he's going to have to pit a 3rd time. Kyle Barrington coming around out of pit road. David Vodka blending out as well. And that's the gap there between 2nd and 3rd, 7 seconds. Josh Harborough all over the back of the 43. I think he's going to make this position happen. Yarbrough's pretty fast on the first half of the track. It seems like he struggles just a little bit here from 7 on around. 6, 7, bus stop. He struggles just a little bit there. He's going at a 6, coming into 7 now. And it looks like Drew Calvert had just a little bit better exit speed, or grip rather. Eric Johnson's still out there. This is going to be for lap 14. This is crazy. Now Eric Johnson down pit road, so Montrose will take the lead here, and according to what I'm seeing here is Montrose and everybody else gonna have to pit for a 3rd time. So that being said, excuse me, you won't see the strategy play out for Eric Johnson until right at the end of this thing. We're talking like 6, 8 laps to go, something like that. You won't see the strategy play out till then. So we'll just have to wait and see. But 6-second lead over Drew Calvert right now, since everything is cycled back through. And surprised Yarborough hadn't got by Calvert. They've been side by side a few times here. Oh, Kyle Barrington off course. Terry Litweiler with a slowdown. 77 trying to whip underneath the 43. Get in the draft. That's your best friend here, especially on the big part. This is the closest battle on track, I do believe. Just looking offhand at these times, looks like Terry Litweiler. Oh, the 14 went off track. That's why Litweiler was able to make that position happen. But he's back going again in 15th. Montrose now out to a 7-second lead. There we go. Yarbrough finally able to do something here going into turn 1. But Drew Calvert trying to answer back. What's Drew going to do? Is he going to try to late brake here to get around Yarbrough? I think Yarbrough's going to run off with it now, as he was just a tick faster, about 0.2 or so faster than Calvert that last lap. Anthony Bennett still having a good run here, running 4th. Passing Kyle Barrington there. That is not for position. Charles Wilson trying to catch back up to Anthony Bennett here. Brandon Brock trying to get around the 35. Oh, the 35 hard in the wall. Kyle Barrington lost control of the truck on throttle. Went up and tagged the outside wall out of turn number 7. Take a look at that from the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds instant replay. You can see there, sideways, throttles up, gets sideways, overcorrects, boom, into the outside wall, and he's got all kinds of toe damage. Brian Zemer running inside the top 10, having a good solid night. I believe Zemer was 8th in points. So it'll be good night for him. Oh, the 19 and the 18 bump draft in here as they cross the start-finish line, heading down into turn 1. Easy there, fellers. Brian Zemer trying to catch up to these two. Brandon Brock finds himself up inside top 10 in 6th place. Wilson about 1.2 seconds back from Bennett now. Bennett's kind of walked away just a little bit here. Drew Calvert now still in 3rd. He could see Josh Yarbrough still, but 2 seconds back. Oh, Terry Litweiler has crashed. But truck looks good to me. Let's go back up here. Josh Yarbrough running 52 threes. The leader is running 51 ones. So Montrose definitely setting the pace tonight. And we're about halfway in this race. I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back. All right, so we've got Brandon Brock coming down pit road now for his second stop. Josh Yarbrough is still in second. Eric Johnson's now moved up into sixth place. Charles Wilson having a fantastic run tonight. See where Drew Coon's located on the track. Looks like he's going into turn 7 now. The truck behind him is not for position, as he is a little over 5.5 seconds back from Brian Zemer. There's Zemer there, already out of the bus stop. Oh, going into the bus stop, I'm sorry. Trying to chase down Robert Tibbs and Josh Yarbrough in pits now. For his stop, it's going to put Calvert up into the second position, 15 seconds back from Montrose. As Calvert's going around some lap traffic there. Anthony Bennett 4 seconds back from Calvert. Oh, a little bit of overshoot there for turn 6 for Bennett. Didn't get an off track, so that's good. And let's check on Josh Newman. In 11th right now. Having a good solid night. Oh, loosey-goosey there. And there's Yarbrough there, already back out after his second stop of the night. Kel Peterson not doing as well as I thought he would be doing. Currently running in the 18th position. Rob Hamilton in 19th. He's got looks like Blair Jolly behind him. Not too far back, a little less than a half a second. Oh, now to his bumper, as Rob Hamilton didn't have a really good corner there. Now they're side by side. The 14 lets out early, he's gonna try to get the hammer down a little quicker. And now it's a drag race. Look at that, the 14 goes by. And the leaders we should start seeing some pit cycles here, as Yarbrough is already pitted. So this should drive some other leaders down, as the 10 of Montrose battle with lap traffic. That's Steve Giberson. He pulls up, lets the 10 go. Not beating his lead at all, as he is 17 seconds now ahead of Drew Calvert. That is quite the lead. Tibbs and Zemer now about to be battling. They're heading down through the bus stop. Tibbs with a really good exit of the bus stop. Able to pull on Zemer just a little bit. Josh Yarbrough, after his second stop, finds himself in ninth. Was in second, dropped to ninth, so all in all not too shabby. Once it cycles out, I want to say he's going to be back in the top three. Terry Litweiler, good solid top 15 with, we're over halfway here. Brandon Brock kind of plateaued here, just sitting outside the top 10 as he has already pitted his second stop of the night. Nine seconds back from Ryan Fuchs for 10th place. As we should see Montrose pit here shortly for his second stop of the night. This is lap 10 for Montrose, so I'd give it at least two more. Oh, is the 14 off track in front of the leader. Charles Wilson now down pit road for his second stop of the night. It's going to put Brian and Robert up a couple of spots. Check on Ronnie Welchel back here in 21st. After that spin, still doing a pretty solid job. Just right on board here with Ronnie Welchel. You can see he's in the VR. He is in the zone for sure. As Brian Zemer goes around. That is not for position. Getting ready to go in the bus stop here. So you can see what he sees. And you can watch his arms. I mean, it's a lot of work going around this track. Great drop there by Ronnie. Drew Coon's got some company here. Not for position right there, though. Kyle Barrington not for position, but that 77's hunting him down. He's closed way up on the back of the 21 of Drew Coon. '21 going around the 62 here, and the 77 all over the back of him. Right on board here with Josh Yarbrough. You can see he's kind of had an up and down night so far. Been running second most of the race, and then kind of dropped down to fifth, worked his way back up to seventh, and now running ninth. So that's the lowest he's been all even. We'll take that. We'll watch him here as he tries to hunt down the 21 as they go through the bus stop. He's got a really good run here. Excellent draft. Great job by both drivers. The gap stayed consistent, but Josh Yarbrough, he's going to be in the draft here as they're pushing 150, 160 now. He's going to be able to set up a pass. Not going to make it work though. We're going to see who gives, as looks like Drew Kuhn is going to let out and let the 77 go by. Josh Yarbrough now up into the, well, now that everybody's pitting, he's now up into the third spot. Montrose still out. And you're seeing the strategy at play right now. Montrose 30 seconds ahead of Eric Johnson. Montrose still has to pit. Soon here. He's about lap 12, coming to 13 right now on this fuel strategy run. So he's gonna pit here very soon. I want to say this lap, you should see him come in. And yes, there he goes. Can't go any further. So Montrose down. Eric 30 seconds back as he's going to close up, take the lead. He's going to go 2 to 3 laps further here than Montrose. If Eric can make it to the 13 here, if he can go 2 more laps, get it down to the 13, and then pit, he'll be able to do it on a 2-stop run. Like I said, you won't see the strategy come into play till right at the end of this thing. See, Montrose has been dominant all race long, but as he's pitting now, there's no way he's going to go another 15 laps without pitting. He's going to have to come in and get another little splash and go. As you can see, that's the gap there. Eric Johnson and Montrose coming out of pit road now. Even with the huge lead Montrose had, he comes back on track only 4.7 seconds back. Gonna make the pass up on the 26 of Timothy Boyce. He's going to go around, and he's actually closing the gap up now. He's got it under 4 seconds. Josh Yarbrough off track right now. Drew Calvert still having a good solid run. Anthony Bennett now up in 5th. Brandon Brock's past Charles Wilson now. So Brock is in 6th. Wilson is in 7th. Josh Newman off track here. Let's find Josh Newman in the grass, coming back up on the racing surface. And wow, Robert Tibbs just turned the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute 50.92. Robert Tibbs turning the afterburners on. He is on the move. The only driver in the 1 minute 50, the 5.0. Everybody else 51s. Tibbs trying to close in the gap here to Zemer. And he does. He closes it way up here. Very cautious though, very conservative on the throttle. I like that. Not burning the tires at all. And let's take a look here at Ryan Zemer. Really doing the same thing, having a good run. And we're about to see a battle for the lead here as Eric Johnson's got less than a second lead over Montrose. Montrose is on fire tonight. Now Montrose all over the back of the 18. It's going to be a pass for the lead. Eric is now in his fuel window for his strategy. Montrose now, as they're going down through the kink, nose to tail here. Montrose looking to the outside. That's not going to work. Not in that corner. Now he's looking to the right of Eric Johnson. Not going to do it. Johnson not even looking through his mirror here. Oh, Montrose now looking low. Battle for the lead here, side by side. Two powerhouses, the 10, the 18. Side by side heading to the bus stop. The 18 slows way down. Gives it to the 10. Hoping he'll make a mistake. Pulling away now. Eric Johnson probably going to come down pit road. Yes, he does. For his final stop of the night, he can make it all the way. That's lap 12 right here. Josh Yarbrough coming around now, going to take that second spot. I knew Yarbrough would find his way back up there. He's had a good, quiet night. Really uneventful. Oh, slap it tickle. I was wondering what that was. That's a Blastoise. Okay, it looked like a duck. .16 seconds gap between Montrose and Yarbrough. And Josh Newman with another slowdown there. Fuge kind of fell back after his last pit stop cycle. Drew Kuhn all alone on the track, so all he needs to do is hot lap. He's 9 seconds behind Tibbs and 13 seconds ahead of Fuchs. So a top 10 would be nice, a solid day for Drew Coombe. And let's check on Eric Johnson here. Johnson coming back up on the big track here. 37 seconds from Montrose. Charles Wilson running pretty consistent lap times. I mean, he's running about 52.8 like the last 3 or 4 laps in a row. So consistent day for Charles Wilson. Josh Yarbrough now in for his last stop, and Drew Calvert follows. That's going to move Bennett up to second. Now Brock down pit road. Charles Wilson stays out. That's going to move Charles up into third spot. It's going to move Eric into fourth. Charles just being nice and consistent here. Check on Montrose. He's got a 24-second lead. Nice gap. Nice conservative gap. He can really be easy on the throttle if he needs to. Oh, I say that, and he's sideways in the bus stop. $14 down pit road for his last stop of the night. Litweiler down as well. Yarbrough running in 8th. A nice, good, conservative inside the top 10. As looks like he's chasing down Drew Coombe right now. He's got him within a second. Josh Newman down pit road. Charles Wilson down now for his last stop of the night. Oh, and Kel Peterson being served with a black flag. There's Kel Peterson there. Perhaps too many incident points. But just behind him, there's Eric Johnson. Brian Ziemer down as well for his last stop of the night. And Eric Johnson just turned the fastest lap of the race at a 1 minute 50.17. Ronnie Welchel down pit road. Robert Tibbs having a fantastic run tonight. And, oh, looks like Robert Tibbs got some kind of toe damage. Let's take a look and see what happened to Robert Tibbs from the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds instant replay. Going down into turn 1 here. Looks like he gets slideways and boom, into the tire barrier he goes. And that's what caused him to have the wheel damage. So a good night turned sour. I mean, he's still running 4th here, and he's got a good conservative gap between him and Josh Yarbrough. Oh, sideways there for the 19. Yarbrough catching him though. And there goes Robert Tibbs down pit road. Not sure, honestly, if they have a fast repair. I guess we'll see if he gets that fixed, but he's definitely going to have to get it worked on before he can return. That thing will not turn. Montrose only in the lead now by 2 seconds. Montrose entered pit road at lap 31 here, so last lap. He's just now coming back out. Only down pit road or in his box for 3 seconds. Anthony Bennett coming out of the bus stop. Montrose with the little splash and go, and he kept the lead. So not sure if these guys are going to be able to catch him or not. We're just going to have to wait and see how everything plays out. Anthony Bennett still has not pitted. He's going to have to pit. So that's going to put Johnson in the 18 car up to second. Here's Johnson there in turn number 1. Drew Kuhn down for his last stop of the night. Brandon Brock now moves up into 6th place. Yarbrough trying to run down that 43. Man, these guys have been battling. That 43 and the 77 have been battling all night long here at the end of these runs. Because Drew Calvert had a fantastic entry there, or exit out of turn number 7 to get him back up on the big track. And was able to put a huge gap between him and Yarbrough again. Oh, Yarbrough off track. Yarbrough being served a slowdown here. That's going to hurt his chances to get up there. And Anthony Bennett now entering pit road. So that's going to put Eric Johnson up to second. Only a merely 7 seconds back. A measly 7 seconds back. There we go. Montrose needs to pick the heat up. That's seven laps left. I believe he's going to have it here if he stays nice and conservative. Still a nice consistent lead here over second place. Anthony Bennett pitted and only lost one spot to Johnson, so it moves him down into third. Calvert now 3.5 seconds over Josh Yarbrough. Brandon Brock nowhere around anybody. So all he's got to do here, everybody's pitted. And you can see here pulling points up. Brandon Brock is in the lead by 7 points. So with Johnson finishing second here, let's see, with the fastest lap, that gives him a point. He's going to close up that gap, and they could potentially be tied here for the points. Check Brandon Brock here, hasn't led any laps. Eric Johnson has led 4 laps, so that's another point for him. And Montrose has led 30 here today. So there's still 6 laps unaccounted for. Anthony Bennett has not led any. Drew Calvert has not led any. Only 5 laps remaining. Calvert having a good run here. And the 55 and the 21 battling hard. As they're coming to the bus stop here, who's going to give, who's going to take? Laps are winding down here. Who had a better bus stop? Looks like the 53. He's closing up the gap and he's in the draft. Oh, the 53 down pit road though. Couldn't make it, so that's going to put him outside the top 10 here as Josh Newman's coming around. It's going to put Newman up inside the top 10. It's a good run from him. And looks like something happened to Ryan Fuchs here. Let's take a look at it. Going through the kink and into turn 6, looks like, and just whips it around. Slow down for Ryan Fuchs. And back up here in second, Eric Johnson's been able to close up to just a little over 6 seconds for Montrose, but unless Montrose has a problem, I think he's going to win this thing tonight. He's been solid all night. gonna 3 laps to go, and looks like Blair Jolly here off track. Back on it, back going. And yeah, Josh Newman now being scored in the 10th position. So good solid run for Josh Newman. Drew Kuhn still in 9th, having a good run tonight as well. Really impressed by this cat, 55, Brian Ziemer in 8th place. A really solid run tonight. And what did I say about that Wilson guy up inside the top 10? Nice and securely in 7th place. Could potentially run down Brandon Brock, but we're going to see here as they're only 2 seconds apart. If Brandon has a problem, Charles Wilson's right there. They're both in the bus stop together. And unless Yarbrough has a problem or somebody up in front of him has a problem, he looks like he's going to be finishing in the top 5 as well, which is good for him. Drew Calvert, really impressed by that 43 machine. Has really ran up. I mean, look at that graph there on the left. The lowest he's been is P9. Highest he's been is 2nd. So, yeah, only a 7 position gain and loss here. We'll take that. That's a good solid day for Drew Calvert. Slap and Tickle gifted a tier 1 sub. Mike Praycheck subscribed at tier 1. How about that? Appreciate that. .43 all over the back of Anthony Bennett now. Anthony had a little bit better exit there of the bus stop than Calvert did, but Calvert's still in the draft here. He's going to close up just a little bit as they go down into turn 1 with a late break, put him right back in the ball game for the position. Eric Johnson hasn't been able to close up any, still 6.3 seconds back from Montrose. Montrose has just had the consistency, the pace. Although Johnson is a few tenths quicker than Montrose, total lap time, he still hasn't been able to close up much. As Montrose is coming out of turn number 4, and that's going to give him the white flag. White flag comes out for Ian Montrose. Montrose has led 35, going to come to 36 laps here tonight. Getting ready to head down into the kink one final time. Around turn 6, going into 7. Only a couple of more rights and a few more lefts, and Montrose is going to walk away with this one. A dominating night for Ian Montrose. Head down into the bus stop for the final time. Now back up on the big circle, heading down into 3 and 4 now. Montrose coming out of 4, getting ready to cross the start-finish line to win it here at Daytona Road. A dominating performance by Ian Montrose. Dominating performance, man. Great job by Montrose. Really good pit road execution all night. Man, look at that. Oh, drifting the Craftsman truck around the track. I hear you. And around it goes. We're going to straighten it up, though. Oh, around goes Montrose. He don't care. We're going to burn it out all the way around the track. I hear you. That's what it's about right there. Slap a tickle with another gifted Tier 1 sub. And Montrose getting ready to cross the start-finish line again to do some burnouts. And no, he's done. All right, folks, that's going to do it for that. And let's do your race results. Ian Montrose led 36 laps, brings it home in the #1 spot. Dominating day for Montrose. Eric Johnson did it on a 2-stop strategy to find himself finishing second. Drew Calvert, great run by Drew. Bringing it home in third, Anthony Bennett. Good run for him. In fourth, Josh Yarbrough in fifth. Brandon Brock sixth. Charles Wilson seventh. Drew Kuhn eighth. Brian Ziemer finds himself finishing ninth with Josh Newman 10th. Brian Welchel 11th. Sean Wilson 12th. Terry Litweiler 13th. Blair Jolly 14th. John Mateo 15th. Ryan Fuchs in 16th. Timothy Boyce 17th. Robert Tibbs 18th. Rob Hamilton 19th, and Steve Giverson finishing in 20th. Pole position goes to Eric Johnson. Served in EOL and worked his way all the way up from 26th to second. Fastest lap goes to Eric Johnson with a 1 minute 50.166. Most laps led, Montrose Hard Charger Award, Sean Wilson, and 5 green flag lead changes. So pretty good night by everybody. So let's see if we can't get third place in here. Looks like that's going to be Drew Calvert. See if we can find old Drew. There we go. Drew Calvert, Glad Dad in the booth. You got me.
Hey, Glad Dad. Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, man. Great run tonight. The lowest you went tonight was 9th place. How does that make you feel, knowing you can run this good at a road course?
Oh, man. It feels great. I do love the road courses and the NASCAR trucks and cars, whatnot, but trucks are definitely a lot more to handle. So they're really on edge. So you just really got to take care of it. Just be easy on everything.
Yeah, I mean, you honestly, I mean, I watched you all night for 40 laps, and seems like you didn't have any mistakes. Just you may not have been the fastest on track, but consistency really paid off.
That was my thing. Yeah, I just, every time I try to push it too hard in practice, I just spin myself or go off track or something. So I was like, that was the goal, is just take it easy, kind of not too slow, but also not hurt my own race. So.
Oh yeah. Well, you definitely come out here and proved yourself, and proved to yourself, and proved to a lot of other people that you're not just good at turning left, but you can turn right as well. So, good, solid performance tonight, my friend.
Thank you.
If you've got any shout-outs, we'll get those, and we'll send you on your way.
Yeah, shout out Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Grand Auto America Grand Island, Outcast Networks, Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Sarita Simmons Bedding, Dalton Hall Constructions, Lulu by Tammy Litweiler, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Apparels, and Pinnacle Wraps with Drew Kuhn. And my son and family watching, and Glad Dad, you in the booth. Thank you for everything you do. You always put on a great broadcast. All the admins and all the Outcast guys, man, we had a great race tonight. And me and Anthony were battling at the end. My goodness. Oh, man, what a race.
Yeah.
And then Ian and Eric for first and second.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it was only not even a couple of tenths, so say 3-4 car lengths there at the finish between you and Anthony Bennett. So it was definitely a slobber knocker between you two guys. Y'all pretty much battled together all night long. If you were back there,
yeah,
you were 7th and 8th, you were 5th and 6th, you were 2nd and 3rd, 3rd and 4th. I mean, you guys were just nose to tail the whole night, and it was really enjoyable to watch.
I appreciate it. Appreciate the fans watching. Hopefully we put on a good race for everyone. I think we did.
I know you did. I know I called it.
Yeah.
All right, Drew. Well, appreciate you stepping in the booth with me, and we'll see you hopefully Thursday night.
Yes, sir. Back at it again.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, let's get this cat in here that did a 2-stop strategy and was just a little short. Montrose just kind of ran away with it. He had the raw speed and the consistency all night, but Eric Johnson brings it home in second, starting from 26. So, Big Johnson, what's going on?
Hey, Glad Daddy, what up, brother?
Not much. Loving the the race tonight for sure. It was definitely eventful.
Well, yeah, well, I didn't really see a whole lot going on. I just kind of, obviously I was on a strategy run, so I just kind of just minding my own business. We just never could quite overcome the track position that we were just behind from the beginning, even with the strategy call there. But it made it a fun race.
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, there was just a handful of incidents, really just self spins and through the grass. I only saw maybe three incidents where it was no one involved together. It was just solo stuff where they had, didn't break enough, slid into the barriers, or kind of spun it and hit the wall. But we didn't see anybody get into one another, and that's spectacular.
Yeah, there was a ton of respect out there over the radio, people letting people by, understanding, road racing, especially when we're all over racers, there's going to be speed differences. And, there was a lot of respect out there. So hats off to the boys it obviously showed in the booth, that's what we got going on here at Outcast. It's more than just racing around here. It's kind of a brotherhood. So everybody respects each other. And I know a lot of people let me by when it was safe, and it was great to see.
That's right. And this should help you close in that gap between you and Brandon Brock. You came in here 7 points out of Brock. Looks like he brings it home in 6, but you've got fastest lap, you've got the pole, and you've got laps led. So that's, 3 extra points right there plus 4 positions. That's going to put you right on up in there.
Yeah, we did. That was kind of my plan. Try to save big on the first 2 stints, 14 lap runs where everybody's pitting at 12 generally. And then when the track cools down, come out on that last stint when I know I don't have to save. And that's where I just kind of set up to run that fast lap, give myself the best chance there. And we knew it was going to be close with the end. I just gave up a little too much time going slow, trying to save fuel, early clutching, deep rolling, and just lap after lap of very disciplined race, for me, actually. I just kind of just mind my own business, just running my little snail pace there for the first 28 laps.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's, disciplined, but grueling. It was more eventful for me in the booth than I'm sure it was for you guys on track. Because, let's face it, 40 laps here in the trucks is grueling. It's grueling. That's the best word I can use to describe tonight.
Yeah, this truck, the only thing it does is once you get it hooked up, it goes fast. Like I said, it doesn't stop. It doesn't turn. It definitely don't turn when you're trying to stop at the same time. And so, hats off to the guys. Very grueling race. Hot track there at the beginning too, so very slick. Fun.
That's right. Oh yeah, and I think Thursday night's going to be a blast as well. But anyway, if you've got any shout-outs, Eric, now will be the time to get those, and we'll get you out of here.
Yeah, of course, all the people always in chat, hanging out, supporting, typing. We love seeing you guys. Thank you for coming out week after week, and of course, you in the booth there. But we got Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds across our banner there. They're our title sponsor, so thank you to them guys. We got Auto America. They're our Thursday night sponsor. We got Jackie Jones, Serta Simmons. We got Dalton Hall Construction, LuLaRoe by Tammy Teelit, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Custom Apparel. We got Pinnacle Wraps there with Drew Kuhn. And, of course, you in the booth up there with Outcast Motorsports Network, making it happen, giving us all them shots. So we appreciate you for that.
All right, Eric. Yeah, good shout-outs, man, as always. And we'll see you Thursday night, buddy. Good run.
All right, love you, bye.
Yep, see ya. All right, let's get this guy in here that absolutely destroyed the field tonight. Minimum mistakes from Ian Montrose, and just 36 laps you led tonight, Ian.
Yeah, I love that you said minimal and not none, because I definitely made mistakes. It was a crazy night out there. Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah, I knew stuff when I totally forgot that Eric was going to take a EOL there. So when he dropped to the back, I kind of assumed that he was going to go off strategy. So I tried fuel saving a little bit at the beginning of the race just to see how much fuel I could save out of it. But as you saw, I absolutely missed turn one. Nearly torpedoed my own race. So there was just a moment halfway through the race where I was like, screw it. I just gotta gas up and go. So.
Well, that you did, and man, hats off to you for excellent pit road execution. It's not easy to do 3 really good pit road entries and exits here, especially at this track when you're on the big oval, and then you got to slow way down from 170 miles an hour down to 55 3 times and still keep the lead. So, hats off to you, man, for just a good, solid, not a solid night, a dominating night.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd probably give that to Eric because to come from the back like that and be 7 seconds off at the end, to me, when you do a strategy like that, you really got to be patient, and it's not just a 1 lap patience thing. It's like I think Eric was saying like 36 laps of just patience. And to me, he raced a completely different race, but was so dominant as well throughout the race to be there at the end like that. I think hats off to him. He had the speed as well. It sucks that he got an EOL to start the race like that. I think it kind of neutralized a bit of that competition, but I think that's kind of comes and goes with that rule, and so it's not a big deal. But in general, having 2 pit stops instead of 3 was definitely faster, it looked like. So, hats off to him for making that strategy work and, nearly coming away with all of it.
Absolutely. All right, Ian. Well, are you going to be back Thursday? That's the question.
I might be. We'll see. I've got to balance my kids' baseball practice, so we'll see if I can make it. I'm pretty sure we'll give it a go, but we'll have to see what the family life says.
Awesome. Well, you're not just good at turning left, but you're phenomenal at turning right as well. So good run tonight, and this is really going to help you out in the points. And if you got any shout-outs, now's the time to get them, and we'll get you on the way.
I just want to appreciate you, Adam. Your broadcasts are always stellar, and good luck with the next broadcast outside Outcast. I'm really excited for that, so kudos to you for getting that going. Appreciate all the admins out there, Eric and the crew, and Mark for adminning tonight. Really appreciate all the hard work that they put in to create a great community. And thanks to the sponsors, Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Auto America Grand Island, Outcast Motorsports Network, Jackie Jones, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep and Ram, Sutter Simmons, Dalton Hall Construction, Lulu Road by Tammy Litweiler, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Customs Apparel, and Pinnacle Wraps. And shout out to the Biff, as always.
Awesome shout outs, man, as always.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
I'll catch you on the Thursday, huh?
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully. All right, Ian. Have a good one, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. All right, folks. That was 3rd place, Drew Calvert. 2nd place, Eric Johnson. And 1st place, Ian Montrose. Those 3 guys drove their guts out all night long, and it definitely showed because they showed up in the podium when it was all said and done. But let's see where we're going next week. Looks like we're going to Dover Motor Speedway, my absolute favorite track that has ever been created on the face of this earth. I love Dover. It's going to be fun in the trucks, but I think it's going to be even more fun Thursday night when the Gen 6 cars go there. But, I want to give a shout-out to the title sponsor tonight, Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, for allowing us to do this on Tuesdays. Lulu Road by Tammy, Serta Simmons Bedding, Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Pinnacle Wraps, Auto America, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Custom Apparel, Dalton Hall's Construction Company, D Hall Construction, and, shout out to everybody that was in the chat tonight, showing it up, showing the love to the Glad Dad and the Outcast guys. And, you guys are going to want to stick around. We're going to be back tomorrow night for a new league, same channel, the Turn 4 Cup Series. And then we're going to be back Thursday. Yeah, Glad Dad turning some pages here with the Outcast Motorsports Network. with huge help from all the admins helping getting this thing going. So tune in tomorrow night and Thursday night. Outcast Motorsports Network going to be doing 3 nights in a row, so you don't want to miss that. Anyway, folks, this is the Glad Dad reminding you to stay fast, stay clean, and as always, it's okay to be an outcast. You guys take it easy, and we'll see you soon.